can only make me stronger. I need you to hurry up, man.
Hey, welcome back. 24 minutes after 7 o'clock. Business is war, at least to a couple of former Navy SEALs. They say what they learned about combat can apply to your job. Good morning, Leif Babin and Jocko Willink. They write about that in Extreme Ownership, how the U.S. Navy SEALs lead and win. So is every Navy SEAL necessarily a leader? Doesn't somebody have to be a follower?
Well, in the SEAL teams, sure, you do have people in leadership positions, and they are overall in charge, but actually everybody that's in the team has a leadership responsibility that they take charge of, whether they're in charge of 8 guys as a squad leader or 4 guys as a fire team leader, or maybe they're just a new guy that's just taking charge of his part of the mission.
So that's how it translates into everyday business. Should every manager look at every day as a battle and every mission or everything they're trying to accomplish as a war? I'm thinking about, the manager of a women's clothing store. Every day's a battle?
This applies to everything. And what the principles that allow SEAL units and U.S. military units to succeed in war certainly apply directly to leading a team anywhere. And so, it's kind of a misconception out there a lot of people have that U.S. military personnel, SEALs, will just they're just robots and they do exactly what they're told to do. Look, we're thinking human beings that have opinions, that have egos, and so they have to be led. And so that's no different whether you're talking about a SEAL unit, U.S. military unit, or leading a women's clothing store, in the example you used.
And I know you lead these seminars. You founded a company that does these leadership seminars. You're the kind of guy that every guy wants to be. But how does that translate into a woman's leadership? Because you know what happens when a woman acts like a man in business? Everybody uses a certain unpleasant word about her.
We've worked with lots of women in leadership roles, not just in the civilian sector, but in the military as well. And when women lead, they use the same principles that men use to lead, and they do an outstanding job. I don't really see much of a difference, and I have great pleasure working with both men and women. It's all about the principles and applying them in the correct manner.
And so what do we take away from the book, just on an everyday basis? That it's kind of hard for a lot of us who have not been in the military to see what we do every day as a war and to define who the enemy is.
Well, you're not necessarily in a war, but you have to have a mission. You have to have a clear vision of strategic goals. Those goals have to be set for a team, and as leaders have to explain why the team is executing toward those goals, and so the team can believe in that and go out and execute it. And I think there's a lot that directly translates. One thing we talk about is cover and move, a tactic that we use on the battlefield where I lay down suppressive fire with my rifle so Jocko can move to a position where then he can lay down suppressive fire and keep the enemy's heads down, and we work together as a team. And that's something that translates directly to any team out there. That you got little teams within the teams and people that are focused on what they do so much they forget about the overall goal, and that's where you have to focus on the mission so that you can all win.
Thank you both. Your book, Extreme Ownership, is out now, and your company, Echelon Front. We have a link to the company with more information on fox4news.com. Thank you both.